Now, Charlotte's always been quite hard on herself, hasn't she? I
Yes.
just wondered how this is manifesting now that she's a mother of 2.
Well, that is a very good question, and that is her eternal struggle. You know, it's like she just wants this perfect world. In the beginning, she wanted the perfect man and the perfect wedding, and then she wanted the perfect child, and obviously she's had challenges in all those areas. So now she has Lily, her daughter she adopted, and Rose, her daughter that she had at the first movie, and things are not as easy as she thought they would be, and I think the way that she handles it is to think that she is the problem, that she's not living up to being the perfect mother that she wishes she were, and that it's so awful for her that she can't live up to it, that she can't even really admit it to herself, and much less to her friends. So that's how we find her at the beginning of the movie, just kind of barely holding it together and relying on this nanny who she loves very much, and thinking that, you know, she's pulling off this facade that everything's perfect. And then of course her friends get a look at her nanny and then start to comment, and one thing leads to another, and then she starts to get insecure, and I think the stress just starts to really get to her because she won't be honest about it, you know, which I think is very relatable, and that you know, a very, very common thing where the society just expects women to be the perfect mother, and it's almost not allowed for them to talk about how hard it is.
And how important is that intervention that she gets from Miranda? And that was actually my favourite scene in the film.
Oh,
at the bar there.
good.
And your line about losing the nanny got a round of applause at the screening last
Oh,
night. So
that's nice. I loved that scene, and certainly when we did the read-through, it was clear. You know, sometimes when you read something at home alone, you can't quite tell the highs and the lows in terms of how it's going to play. And so when you do the read-through, you get a good sense, and certainly with us, because we've been together so long. So once we did the read-through, it was clear that that scene was gonna be super important. And so I really was concerned about it, and it kept getting pushed back, and it ended up being on the very last day we shot in Morocco. The very last scene of the very last day that we shot in Morocco. And I was like, oh no, we're too tired. So I was really worried until I saw the movie that it wasn't gonna work. But I feel like it works anyway, and maybe the being tired actually kind of helped and fed into it. But I do love it, and I just think it's so nice that, you know, that is what a good friend can do. They can see that you're not even letting yourself know how stressed you are. And Miranda's just such a good caretaking friend in that scene, and that is exactly what Charlotte needs. She needs her friend to say to her, you know what, it's a safe situation here. You can tell me, we can talk about it. It's okay.
And a lot of mums will really be able to relate with that scene.
I hope
think they'll
so.
be glad to have it in there.
I hope so. You don't have to do the little time. It's the end.
Okay.
And you were in Morocco for about 7 weeks, is that right?
Yeah.
And what was the kind of reality of that shoot, and was it actually quite a bonding one? I guess you girls
Absolutely.
were all together with the crew as well.
We were there the whole time together. You know, we often have had, I mean, we've been together obviously for 14 years, but often we would have our own storylines, as you all know, you know, that you've watched. And so I would be with Harry or Kyle or whoever was then, but this time we were just together the whole time. We had our little storylines in New York, and then the whole time we were gone, we were just in these group scenes, which was really fun because we were having the experience in Morocco that they were having in Abu Dhabi. You know, we had read our books, we thought we were prepared, but obviously things are different when you get there. And so, you know, just being out in the desert and watching the sunrise over our trailers, and, you know, the hotel that we're shooting in is not finished yet, so it had no electricity, no running water. So we were just in a room that they made. It was beautiful to look at. It looks like how it looks in the movie, but nothing, do you know what I mean? And we would just all sleep together, and then we would get up and we would eat, and then we would go out on the sun porch together. I mean, it was so intense in the most positive of ways.
And W.C. Fields obviously would have advised no children and animals, but you obviously work with both in this.
Everyone talks about that. It's so funny. It's
what was
true.
the experience of falling off the camel? I hope it didn't.
It was good. No, I've been worried about it for sure. I mean, camels are a lot taller than they look. Like it's a far way to fall. It's not minor. You know what I'm saying? And I had a stunt double, and I had a double for other things. You know what I'm saying? But I had to do it myself, and I did it like, you know, 8 or 10 times. And Michael Patrick, being Michael Patrick, he was like, he had a big bullhorn at that point. He was down at the bottom of the dune, and he was like, shoot the rehearsal. which is really not how you're supposed to do stunts. You're supposed to rehearse stunts, you know what I'm saying? But the sun was setting, we're in the desert, do you know what I mean? Like, tensions were high, we felt like we had to get it. So the stunt guys didn't speak English, so it was just, I had to trust. It was like one of those trust exercises where you like fall into the arms of your coworkers or whatever. It was a lot like that, but it all went well.
Definitely. Kristin Davis, thanks very much.
Thanks, you can ask me one more if you want.
I wasn't sure whether...
It's fine, you're the end, it's good. You're nice, I like it.
Can I just ask you about your 80s incarnation, or Charlotte's 80s incarnation?
Sure.
What did you make of that?
Well, it's not that far away from Kristin's own 80s incarnation, so in a way it was a bummer. Like, I love everybody else's, like, and when I saw them on film, I mean, I laughed so hard at Cynthia especially. But, you know, I wanted some wild wig or whatever, but I'm a preppy, what can I say? I mean... You know, it's kind of timeless. I thought it was more fun to get to do the crazy hair.
Yeah. And how much fun was that karaoke sequence? Was it?
You know, it actually was fun. I'm a shy singer. I do not karaoke ever. I don't even sing. Everybody knows. They all have to like hold my hand through it. And I have to say, it really turned out fun because of everyone else in that scene. Like, we have incredible singers who stand up. I mean, Broadway, you know, amazing singers, those women who stand up, and the belly dancers, and, you know, the comedian guys. Like, everyone came together. That was like many all-nighters that it took to shoot that scene, and we had a great time.
And a brilliant song choice as well, a one-hour song.
Well, actually, did you guys watch the Oscars? Do you remember when Catherine Bigelow won and they played I Am Woman? And we were all sitting in our prospective houses emailing. We were like, oh my God, did you see they just played I Am Woman on the Oscars? I mean, all of us were like, can you believe they did that? Like, what are the chances, right?
That's fantastic,
I know,
yeah.
I know, it was funny.